let's get right into it. Let's do a division problem. Let's say x to the fourth minus 6x squared minus 7x minus 6. And let's divide this by a trinomial x squared minus x minus 6. All right. Now, a lot of times when teachers are explaining using synthetic division, we say, hey, only do this when you have a linear divisor. And yes, that is true. You can see I have a quadratic divisor in this case. So on the front, we can't use synthetic division, but I'm going to show you how we can do that using synthetic division. And it's only helpful in a set of cases, which I will further explain once we get to it. So in this case, let's go ahead and set up the long division. I'm not going to set the timer yet because I want to set up using the long division algorithm. Now, I am going to kind of talk my way through it. So that might, kind of skew the results a little bit, but I'll try to do my best not to spend so much time going over the explanation. So therefore, we can kind of get like an accurate reading of what the long division would look like versus the synthetic division would look like. All right, so let's go ahead and bring up the stop clock and have to pause it. All right, and then I will get this going here, and I'll try to remember to stop it. It's on actually my other screen because this is a full screen owner, so I can't go ahead and display it. All right, so I'm just going to use a lighter blue, even though a lot of times when I'm explaining things actually I don't have my lighter blue. So let's go and use a red. So I like to use different colors to kind of explain things as we go through it. But let's get into the long division and versus synthetic division. On your mark, get set, go. All right, so long division, we're always going to take the first term of our divisor. X squared goes into x to the fourth. That's going to be x squared times. Multiply that times everything. So therefore, that's going to be x to the fourth. We have a negative x cubed, which I don't have a term for here. And then I have a negative 6x squared. So negative 6x squared. We're going to subtract the whole row. That's going to go to 0. I can bring down this negative x cubed because I'm not subtracting. Oh, actually, that's a positive x cubed because that's a double negative. Negative 6x squared minus, that's add to there. So that's going to be a 0x cubed. And then I can just bring down the negative 7x minus the 6. Now, again, we do the same process. X squared goes into x cubed. That's going to be a positive x times. Multiply the x times everything. So x times x squared is an x cubed. X times negative x is a negative x squared. Again, I don't have a term for that. And then x times a negative 6 is going to be a negative 6x. A lot of times it is helpful to go ahead and use some space values there so you can kind of see what you're subtracting. So that's going to go to 0. Minus a negative x squared is going to be a positive x squared. Negative 7x minus a negative 6x is going to be a negative x because that would be a positive 6. So therefore that gets a negative x. And negative 6 minus 0 is just going to be a negative 6. All right, notice it's the exact same. X squared goes into x squared. That's going to be a positive 1. Multiply 1 times everything, and we should get the exact same result, which we do. So when I subtract those, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get a remainder of 0, and this is going to be your quotient. So let's go and pause that. 1 minute and 34 seconds. I'm going to write that down. 1 minute and 34 seconds.